What's going on, guys? I'm going to start a new little mini series which I'm going to call Review Afterthoughts. And the reason behind this is that, you know, even after you use a product for a while and you review it, sometimes your opinion changes due to several different factors. Sometimes just with more use you kind of realize something, or you know, maybe you just plain forgot to mention something in a review. So instead of doing a whole nother review or editing it or annotating it, I'm just going to have this series called, again, Review Afterthoughts. Okay, and if I happen to review something and at a later date change my mind or have new information for you guys, I'm just going to use that title. And this Review Afterthought is going to be on the KaBar TDI. This is the ankle version, which is kind of a medium length. It's a little more canted or angled, or I'm sorry, has a little bit of a less of an angle than the short blade versions and the longer ones. Couple little afterthoughts. And the first thing I want to mention on this knife is that I did in fact switch to this KaBar clip and wore this on the inside of the waistband. The ankle rig that came with this knife, if you didn't see the first review, it's not bad at all. It's actually pretty comfortable, but maybe it's just my personal preference. I just cannot get used to the whole idea of using an ankle holster. I mean, I never used it for a gun or a knife prior to this. So it was awkward. It was something I just could not get used to. It wasn't very uncomfortable. The material was fine. It can breathe fine. It just felt weird, like I had this ankle weight, you know, walking around. It was very concealed, so that wasn't an issue. It's just something I could not get comfortable with. So I swapped for this optional clip, which can be purchased by several different places after the fact. It did not come with the knife originally. But this was an inside the waistband carry method for me. And I carried this, as you can see, this setup here on my right side. Now I carried this for a while before I actually got into guns. Okay, once I started getting into guns and carrying a gun, I ditched the knife on my right side. I'd prefer to have an actual firearm instead of a knife. Now I also, for a while, swapped this to the other side and carried it on my weak side. Now I carried it like this so that you'd have a conventional draw. A lot of times when you see people who have these as a retention weapon, in other words, if someone's going for your gun on your strong side, a lot of times it'll be reversed, and they teach you to actually draw it in a reverse grip and use this to basically get someone off you so that you can you know, access your firearm. It's a last ditch weapon. But anyway, so the first thought I had, or afterthought, is not so into the ankle rig. Another afterthought is that this really is not that grippy. It's pretty slick. The more I use it, I mean, let me give you a close-up shot here. You see there, it looks like there's texturing, and there is, but it's very smooth. So not to my liking that much. I still think overall it's a fantastic knife. I do believe now, or it's another afterthought to me, is that it could use more handle. Being an EDC knife is different. For an actual emergency defensive blade, I would definitely want a lot more grip. I'd probably wrap this with that, sometimes they sell some kind of cloth that you can wrap your gun in to make it camouflage, and I'm sure they have different colors. Something along that line so that you have a lot more grip. Because as is, I think it's a little slick. And, you know, in a real emergency, when it actually counts, you're not going to want to have this fall out of your hands, or for you to actually slip up. Let's say you go to stab something and to actually rise up on the blade and cut yourself. That would not be good. So a little bit of lack of handle. I would like more handle. I don't have huge hands. I have medium large hands, but it's a little small for me and definitely slick. So that's it. These afterthought videos are not going to be so in-depth or detailed. I don't think it's necessary. They're basically just a couple thoughts that I have. So that's it. Those are my afterthoughts on the KaBar TDI ankle rig. So thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Take care.